Mike Tomlin yesterday sounded, well, he said he was a little honked off. That wasn't his word, though, that the offense maybe has let some disruptions from whether COVID or injuries disrupt their flow, if you will, on offense. At what point does the defense get stressed when you lose a couple key, well, in this case now, it's maybe three key players? How do you combat that?
I think we have to be ready for that. We have to understand things are going to happen throughout the year, whether it's injuries, COVID, personal things that might go on. We have to be ready for all of that as a defense. I think we do a great job rotating. So when we do have to put that stress on other guys to step up, they're not, foreign to it. So if it does happen, or when it does happen, we just have to make sure we're ready to accommodate that.
Jenna Harner, PXI.
Cam, what's different about this Bills team from when you faced them a year ago to getting ready to face them on Sunday?
I think they got a couple more weapons. You had a guy like Stephon Diggs, a proven guy who can help, that great quarterback they got in Josh Allen. But, the thing that's different mostly, I think, is we just haven't played them yet. It's up to us to, rewrite the story, because last year they beat us here. We're going to their place. It should be a heck of a battle.
Dale Lawley, DK.
Cam, this is kind of off the subject. I need you to put on your NFLPA hat for a second. There's been talk of a playoff bubble, bubbling the teams up in a hotel during the playoffs, maybe in the host cities, that kind of things. Does that come up yet with the player reps, and what's your feeling on that?
I don't know if there's enough behind it yet, but as we approach it, we have to, cross every avenue. I think the first goal was to get through the season, but it becomes very vital as we get to the playoffs that guys can't be missing. So, I don't know if it's going to be NFL mandated or a team mandated thing where, they try to keep everybody secluded and, provide everything for them so we don't have to, venture outwards. But we'll get to there when we get there. We have first round, take care of this game and, qualify for the playoffs.
Jim Colony, 93.7.
Jim Colony.
Jim Colony.
What's? Oh, did you say me? My headphones aren't working very well.
Come on, Angela.
It's not me.
It's not her fault. It's me. It's operator error. Mike Tomlin had said something about he wanted to see how you guys would respond to the adversity of a loss. But you guys have been responding to adversity all year. Is this week really that much different, even though you are coming off a loss?
We just got our first loss, man. I think we got to appreciate it. This is a chance for us to learn and grow from. Soon we're going to be in single elimination. So, we understand what a loss feels like, so we don't have to worry about it later on.
Brooke Pryor, ESPN.
Yeah, Kim, this time a year ago, you guys were going into Buffalo. You were on a win streak. And you kind of like this year, you're looking to clinch a playoff berth against Buffalo. How different is the feeling going into this game this year than a year ago? Obviously, you're 11-1 this year. Last year was not quite the same situation. Are there any similarities, or is there any carryover there?
I think the qualify is the same exact thing, and I think we're playing them at the same time as we did last year. That's pretty much the same story, but we got to take care of our business. Simple as that. And, it's against a quality opponent that's had a lot of success this year, so we got to be ready for it.
Tim Benz Trib.
Cam, one on Buffalo, one on Washington. For the Buffalo game coming up, where do you think Josh Allen has improved the most from last year when you were preparing for him? And coming off of Washington, as Mike alluded to, if you're not getting turnovers, how can you do a better job of getting off the field and if turnovers aren't coming your way?
Yeah, it's you got to play on that, because I feel like, first of all, Josh Allen's a great quarterback, and I think he's doing a great job of getting it to his receivers. You had a guy like Stephon Diggs. I know John Brown's been hurt, but Cole Beasley has stepped up as well. I think they both had 100-yard performances, and they've had a steady running game to help them as well. He's a heck of a competitor and competes every play that buys him time. And, it's very similar to Ben, a young Ben that, can extend the pocket and make plays with his feet as well. But for us, I thought we got our hands on a couple balls, whether it was, a pick or the fumble that was on the ground, but we just didn't capitalize on those. But to that, we got to stop on fourth down when Mike hit him in the backfield, put us in good, in their red zone to begin with. So I look at that as a turnover as well. And we had a chance in the red zone where we got the hold. But, if we're not getting turnovers, we got to make sure we're getting off quickly because we got to get the ball back to our offense as much as possible.
Joe Rudder, Trib. Joe Rudder.
They got me now. Yeah, Cam, they were able to hit some big plays in the second half. What were they doing there, and what do you guys have to do to kind of bottle that up?
I think it was a lot of quick stuff on the edge. I thought we didn't, send it back to where we wanted to, where it was, the screen that, we got them in down the distances where we wanted it, but we just didn't capitalize on those. That field goal at the end of their half really got them into a rhythm. And then in the second half, they got the screen that went up, and then they got that deep pass that made a heck of a play. But those are all things we got to learn from. Whatever situation we're put in, we have to be ready to step up and ready for those moments.
Mark Cavalli, The Athletic.
Hey, Cam, just a general question. When teams do a lot of motion and a lot of jet sweep action, how does that stress defenses, especially when it wants to, stop the run?
Well, I think it exposes a lot of man teams, and it shows a lot of blitzes. And it makes sure everybody's accountable in their gaps. A lot of times when you get that movement off of it, you get a corner who doesn't have his feet set or a linebacker who doesn't have his feet set, and he's flowing with the pocket. So it stresses everybody to get off blocks and buy time for that guy in movement.
All right, we only have time for two more. So Will Graves, Associated Press.
Cam, last year when you played them, you didn't have Ben. You have him this year. So you didn't have a big margin for error last year. The offense just wasn't as productive. How much more confidence does it give you guys just simply knowing that, if things get a little sideways, you've got a guy back there that has, is able to kind of make things happen and score points?
Yeah, I got all the confidence in Ben. He's a proven guy who can win in all different circumstances. And we're going into this game with him. Hopefully give him some short fields where he doesn't have to do all the heavy lifting. But if he does, I know he can come up and, get points on the board for the defense.
Last question, Noah Strackbean, Sports Illustrated.
Hey, Cam, not a lot of talk about the Bills running backs from Mike Tomlin earlier or yesterday. Do you think they're overlooked a little bit, and what do you see from them?
Yeah, I think Singletary's the main guy. It's not, it's no shame on everybody else, but I think Singletary does a great job either providing pace or, he doesn't get all the touches because, Josh Allen is a heck of a quarterback and they got a lot of good receivers. But when he does get his touches, he's able to, keep everything moving. It's not like a start and stop or, he flows with the offense and, he can pick up 10, pick up 5, and it just keeps avalanche into effect. But, we're going to have our hands full. If we sleep on this running game, then we're going to be wildly surprised.